What's up YouTube, this is GalacticGod, and I'm coming at you today to talk to you about a deck that I've been playing quite a lot on DevPro lately. It's a deck based on summoning Red Nova Dragon. Now some of the card choices may seem a little unorthodox, like they don't really gel together, like it might seem a little too inconsistent, but I've been having some pretty good results. Sometimes not as good as others, but you know. So what I'd like to do is go ahead and show you some of the matches that I've had, and let you guys see how I've been able to summon Red Nova Dragon. Alright, so here we go, and we're off. Looks like we're going to be dueling some 6 Samurais first off. Even though I have kind of a weird mix of cards in my hand, I knew right away that I had Red Nova Dragon. I've been playing the deck, testing it for quite a while, so I can kind of see the combos already, just by what I draw. There's a lot of different ways that you can get them out, so it's kind of cool to be able to just summon Red Nova out in the first turn, because it creates this massive obstacle for your opponent to get around. And I see, by looking at his hand right now, that he was actually playing Winged Dragon or Raw, which is crazy. I didn't even know that. It's an interesting card to throw into your into your deck. I guess, you know, whatever though, because I am playing a Red Nova deck, so, you know, everyone can try their big crazy boss monster. Up next, we're going to be playing against some Heretics, and judging by the card I've just drawn now, I know that I do have Red Nova. The only thing that would stop me at this point would be an Effect Veiler or something like that. You know, at the right time, that could pose some bit of a problem. Same thing when you're going for like a Quasar summon or something like that. A well-timed Solemn Warning or Effect Veiler can put a damper to your big massive play. Unlike the Quasar deck, this is more Red Nova or bust. Quasar, kind of, the deck in itself gives you a lot of different synchro options, and you can go into a lot of different crazy plays, where even though Red Nova, the deck itself, has a lot of different crazy plays you can get, it's not as versatile as Quasar. Now if we're going against some Nordics, and that's one of the things that's kind of a problem with the deck in general, is that, you know, it suffers from not being able to adapt so much. But as you can see, I got Red Nova out first turn once again. Now, as I was, you know, testing and playing this deck over and over again, I kind of noticed that I got Red Nova out probably about, I'd say, maybe 75, 80, maybe even 85% of the duels that I played. And then out of those duels, I'd say probably like, you know, 3/4 or 75% of them, I got them out like right on the first turn. So it's a good high probability of getting them out right away, even though it's kind of weird. As you can see right here too, I was able to go into Photon Popple Operative, which allows me to get around some of the obstacles that my opponent might have. Really the main cards that I fear are cards like Compulse or D-Prison, BLS, stuff like that, stuff that just will remove my Red Nova right off the field and not give me a chance to use his effect to stop the negation. For that reason, I kind of wanted to try testing out, you know, stuff like, you know, a Forbidden Lance or something. Right now we're up here, we're playing against some Yugioh. This was actually kind of a tough little battle. I've played against quite a bit of Yugiohs lately. A lot of people are seeming to kind of fall back to them. They can provide quite a bit of a threat sometimes. I wasn't able to go into Red Nova right away. Sometimes, you know, if I'm not entirely sure what my opponent's playing to, you know, I'll kind of feel it out a little bit and just kind of throw some more monsters out there until I have the exact combo that I'm looking for. And then once I feel like I've exhausted enough of his resources, you can throw Red Nova out and feel even more confident because, you know, you depleted much of what he had. So right here, we're about to attack into his monster. And then he plays his limiter. Now I know it's safe. I can play my salvage, grab my divas back, go into Red Nova. Now I can give him a real big problem. Now one of the main problems when you get Red Nova out, one of the other big fears you always have is Gore. So you never really want to attack into an open field without knowing that Gores can be there, unless they've already used it, of course. So you got to have a way around Gores. Now here he's dropped his Gores, and I was kind of already expecting this. I wanted to see if I can bait it out without going into anything else. That's why I go into Scrap Dragon now instead of earlier, and I get rid of the huge 5,500 attack token, which would have been a little bit of a problem for me. And every time the token could have tried to ram into my Red Nova, I could have just simply negated its attack and stopped it from attacking into me, but, you know, I didn't have to do that. And a second ago, he went into 2 level 7 monsters, and I was really fearing the Big Eye, because that would have been, like, horrible. But apparently he doesn't play Big Eye in this deck, so it wasn't too big of a problem for me. So I was able to get around everything else. And actually right there, I had a second Red Nova I could have brought out if he would have let me, if he didn't just give up right then and scooped it up, I would have been able to bring out the second Red Nova right then.
Let's see, next up we have I'm playing against this guy with a water deck. It was kind of cool, interesting. He told me it was kind of a fun kind of test deck, and I was like, well, my deck's kind of combo or bust anyways, and you know, I got the combo, so it's like, there you go. Out comes Red Nova, and this guy was like, what the hell am I gonna get around this once he came out too? He was like, I don't think I've ever seen anybody bring this card out. This duel is actually kind of cool too because I'm able to utilize the extra deck a little bit more in this one. That's another reason why I kind of wanted to showcase it a little bit, because it shows a little bit more what the deck can do besides just summon Red Nova. True, I was playing against kind of a fun deck in this, but I think the Red Nova deck is not exactly super competitive either, because although I did play against some rabbit decks and beat stuff like that, Mermels and stuff, it's still more of a fun deck. I don't know if I've completely fine-tuned it to enough to where it's going to get around just about everything. I remember one time I got Red Nova out, and then somebody creature swapped my Red Nova with their little tiny monster, and it was like, oh my freaking god. So here I've gone into Excalibur, Scrap Dragon, and I have Red Nova out, and this guy's top decking into a Yumi, so it's pretty much over for him. He was still in good spirit. He loved the deck, actually, loved playing against it. He said he never saw anything quite like this before, so it was kind of cool to duel against him. So I really like that.
Alright, YouTube, and there you have it. That was the deck that I've been using to summon Red Nova Dragon. If you guys like what you saw, maybe want to see the deck list for this weird kind of unorthodox deck, let me know down in the comment section below, and post up the deck list as well. And I guess that's about it for now. This is GalacticGod.